In this video, I'm trying to get back on the Daihatsu Charade. I want to get this car working. And the big issue we've got at the moment, trying to reassemble this car, is this failed gasket, this failed seal. I've been trying to get hold of one of these. It's where there's a water passage into the intake manifold. But trying to find another one of these is proving very, very difficult. I've got one on back order from Japan, but I've no idea if and when that's ever going to arrive, and I would like to get this car up and running again. So I think the time has come for bodgery, because I don't necessarily want to use this car extensively, might just be to move it out of the way and park it up until we can find a better solution. But it does highlight one of the big problems with these Daihatsu Charades. The parts support is not very good. Daihatsu UK still exists for sourcing parts, but if you're having to back order stuff from Japan, that's not necessarily a help. This engine in this form, the EJVE with variable valve timing, I don't think it was used in a great many other vehicles. So yeah, it's really hard to find bits. This is not related to the 3-cylinder engine in the Toyota Aygo, Citroen C1, Peugeot 107, one of which I'm starting to think might be a good idea to buy. It's a separate engine. This has actually got its roots right back in the 1980s with some of Daihatsu's earliest water-cooled 3-cylinder engines. It's effectively an evolution of that engine with some modern tech sort of bolted to it. And unfortunately, parts are not very plentiful. So I just wanted to see if I can get it up and running again. So we're going to see if we can do some sort of bodgy solution on that gasket, put it back in, smear a load of gloop around it, hope for the best. This is not a recommendation, this is not how you should do things, this is how I'm doing things. So if I just bring you in, I'm shooting this on the Canon. I'm desperate to bond with this camera, even though it has let me down so many times, and it doesn't have any image stabilization, only digital, but it's still pretty good. So you can see that port down at the bottom there, that is what we are trying to put the seal on. And then we get the inlet manifold back on. And there's a few other issues. There's a bit of plastic I snapped off while I was doing this. One of these vacuum hoses attaches to, but I think a blob of super glue or something will get that back into place. Reattach this cam cover assembly, spark plugs back in, and then hopefully it'll run. And this car still has MOT until March, but the long-term future of this car is somewhat in doubt. It's really difficult. Obviously Miss HubNut is really attached to this car, as in really attached to it, because it's her first car, and we all have that. But I think even she's starting to realise that the chances of this getting back on the road soon are rather slim, but we'll do what we can. Frustrating old business, but yeah, that's what happens when you buy cars that are rare and unusual. But we love Daihatsus. There's a Daihatsu Tanto for sale at the moment, which is the cutest vehicle I think I've ever seen. Sorry Tucanelli, but this is a definite contender. It's rare for a modern car to be as cute as a Daihatsu Tanto is, but I don't think a 660cc automatic is really going to cut it in Wales. So, but I do think we are sadly going to have to replace this car. And as much as I'd like to replace it with another Charade, I'm thinking perhaps a 107 Aygo C1 would be a better bet, because there's better part support. Those cars were actually built in Europe, in Czech Republic. So parts should be a bit easier to get, hopefully. But anyway, I'm going to get on with bodgery and let's see if we can make this work. Now, there's a brief distraction today because I'm still trying to edit up the video of 2021, the second half. So I've just been recording that this morning. That's all those clips, and we'll pull those in, and they'll be optimizing now. Blimey, I've managed to take the video up to half an hour. So that's going to be churning away. That's now optimizing those clips, so it's ready for me to edit a bit later on today. So we'll leave the laptop churning over and get back to working on the Charade. Well, it's been a bit of a ball ache, but I think I'm there. Oh yeah, we've got some power going on. I've got one vacuum line missing, which I think might be an issue, but we'll find out. Or maybe it won't be an issue. Oh holy balls, we've got a major oil leak. I got something very wrong there. We've got oil pouring out the front here. Something has gone spectacularly wrong. I need to catch that before I do anything more. I think it's stopped. But jeepers, that's some spillage, that. I was just starting to feel good about actually doing a job and it not going spectacularly wrong, and then it went business as usual. Thank goodness for kitty litter, I'd be in all sorts of trouble about now. Oh, idiot. It was this pipe that goes from the oil filter back into the head. I hadn't connected that pipe up. It was just off, so oil was just spewing out of that at full engine pressure. Idiot. Oh, this is where we hope we haven't just destroyed the engine. Because engines generally like to have oil in them. That sounds okay. Imagine it's going to smell revolting at this end, because that's just going to be full of manky water and manky oil and everything. I've just rust-proofed the front end of this vehicle. What an idiot. Well, I think we can say that's alright, thankfully. Oh yeah, here we go. Oil sprayed all over the exhaust. That is going to be revolting. Oh, now it's struggling because of the vacuum pipe I broke. I think that's the idle control valve I've knackered up there. Yeah, it wasn't quite how it was meant to go, really. I've kind of ruined the car. I've used all my kitty litter up. I managed to spray out the entire engine sump contents. And, yeah. Well, it seems to be working. The oil stains are mostly from my shoes, I think. So I need to de-oil my shoes, but I think we'll just go for a quick drive, because I know the brakes are not very happy on this car because they haven't been used since June. Yeah, they're not happy brakes at all. I've still got no front end on the car at the moment, but that's not deterring me from driving shims. But yeah, it's we are some way from having this as we want, really. Wiper blades are suffering a bit. Calendar there, available to buy, but probably not for much longer. We are running low on stocks, but yeah, she does seem to drive nicely. Well, it's all systems go. Foxanne is next in. Foxanne's going for an MOT next week, so I've given her a quick run around the yard. The Charade is now here in the death zone, such as it is. The multiplier is running. I managed to just about get enough clutch to move it backwards. I'm going to spin that around and put it back end in so it's ready to collect. Just get out the wind a moment. And that will be it for this video, I'm afraid. So as chaotic as ever. I've still got some sweeping to do before Foxanne comes back in. Scoop all that up, and yeah, be very glad I didn't just destroy a Charade's engine. Although, what the future of that car is, who knows. So I'm going to wrap this one up there. So as I think I mentioned, HubNut calendars down to the last few. So go and grab one at the HubNut store before they're gone. And we got some seconds as well that we'll offer at a reduced price. But yeah, I'm going to go. Look, I've left the rear wipers up on the Camry. That's unforgivable. Unforgivable. I hate it when that happens. But yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll have some exciting Foxanne news in a future video. Farewell. Don't she run lovely?